I was performing surgery on a patient, only to discover the man on the table was my legally married husband whom I had never met. I planned to reunite with him after the surgery, but before I could say a word, a woman suddenly arrived with a child, and when I heard the little boy call him Daddy, my first thought was that he had started a new family during his 4 years in the military. From his expression, I could tell he didn't recognize me at all. Anger surged within me. I immediately called my lawyer, filed for divorce, and demanded $4 million as compensation for my wasted youth. But what I didn't know was that the child was his late comrade's orphan, whose family he had promised to take care of before the man died. When he heard I was suddenly filing for divorce, he couldn't accept it. He thought I blamed him for joining the military right after we got our marriage certificate. So he dressed up in a suit, wore his luxury watch, and drove to our marital home. He called me, introduced himself, and asked why I suddenly wanted a divorce. I coldly replied that this hollow marriage wasn't worth continuing. He insisted we talk in person. I refused without hesitation, hung up the phone. I wanted no further connection with this man, but he wouldn't give up. He showed up at my door with flowers to apologize. But it was my brother who opened the door. My brother immediately asked if he was the one harassing his wife. The man froze, not knowing my brother was just protecting me, pretending to be my husband on purpose, misunderstanding everything. He assumed I was cheating on him. Furious, he ran back to the hospital, called me and agreed to the divorce, but refused to pay a cent. I trembled with anger, called him shameless. He cursed me back, said would sign the papers tomorrow. I was even more confused. He was the one who cheated. Why did he act like the victim? Just then the elevator opened. We ran into each other. He looked at my face and was strangely moved. Tried to be friendly, but remembering his nasty tone earlier, I only felt disgust. I told him I had transferred his case to another doctor, that I no longer wanted contact with someone like him. Then I turned and left. He stood there in confusion, not understanding why I hated him. Just then a friend of his came over with snacks. When he asked, he learned she was there to thank me on his behalf. He quickly grabbed the snacks, said it would be more sincere if he delivered them himself. Meanwhile, I had just changed clothes and was about to leave work. He suddenly pushed the door open. We were both startled. He apologized, said he came to deliver snacks. I told him to get out, but in the chaos I accidentally touched his injury. So I made him sit down and examined the wound. Even though I spoke coldly, I treated him with care. This made his heart race. He asked if I had a boyfriend. I replied coldly, I'm married, but my husband would rather spend time with his mistress than visit me. He was furious when he heard that. Said only scumbags did that. I sneered. Said he was no different. He froze, while I shoved him out the door. The next day during rounds, he pretended to be sick, demanded that I be his doctor again. His friend saw through it and talked the male doctor into leaving. Told him if he really liked me, he should pursue me properly. But someone else overheard everything. A manipulative woman who had secretly liked him for years. She said she would stay in the city, said the child needed a father. He replied firmly, the child was old enough and deserved to know who his real father was. She panicked because the child was her only way to stay close to him. She lied, said the boy couldn't handle the truth, but he said even after telling the truth, he would